It was Halloween night when Jet Mason's life shattered. At 27, Jet had grown numb to the world. She came from money old Vermont wealth, the kind that buys security and silence, but wealth couldn't fix the hollowness she carried inside. She had no job, no real direction, and few meaningful relationships left. Her best friend had married her brother. Her ex-boyfriend still haunted her thoughts, and her family relationships were distant at best. Jet was used to drifting. Then someone tried to kill her. She didn't remember much, just flashes. A mask, a hand grabbing her, then blackness. When she woke up in the hospital, battered and bruised, the doctors gave her a shocking diagnosis. She'd suffered a traumatic brain injury. The real danger wasn't just the concussion, it was the aneurysm now forming in her brain, one that could burst at any moment. The prognosis was cruel. Jet had 7 days to live, give or take. Maybe less. If she only had 7 days left to live, she was going to spend them finding out who tried to kill her and why. He helped her dig through her past, her phone, her memories, what was left of them, because the scariest part wasn't the killer, it was Jet's brain. Each day she forgot more. Each day she lost pieces of herself. Her phone records showed calls made after she was unconscious. Someone had access to her things. Someone close. Everyone was a suspect. She confessed to sneaking into the house that night, but only to talk. She claimed she never wanted to hurt Jet. She said she just wanted Jet to hear her out to fix what had been broken between them. But when she saw Jet already injured, she panicked and ran. But something about the attack didn't sit right with her. The intruder didn't steal anything. The house alarm had been deactivated by someone who knew the code. This wasn't random. It was personal. But there was something off in his eyes, something he wasn't saying. She fainted. Her speech slurred. Her vision blurred. The aneurysm was getting closer to bursting. I'm going to... the police. Then she waited, alone, in her darkened house. Weak, tired, ready. She had hours left, maybe a day. And still, no one had confessed. Their friendship had fractured years ago, and Jet still wasn't sure why. He told her everything, how her father had ruined him, how Jet had grown up in comfort while he lost everything, how he wanted them to feel helpless, like he had. Sophia had always been jealous of Jet's family, her privilege, her closeness to her brother. Could envy have turned into something darker? The paper trail led to Mr. Harlan, her father's former business partner. A surge of clarity, of rage. She wasn't going to die like this. She fought just enough to hold him off. A man who had once been like an uncle to her before he vanished from their lives. Jet made a decision. Her parents were polished and polite, but they had secrets. Jet knew it. Maybe someone wanted her out of the way. Maybe someone stood to benefit. The aneurysm hadn't burst. It was a miracle. Her family knew the truth. The mask was off. She'd faced death, betrayal, and come out stronger. His reputation, his money, his future. Jet had just been a convenient target, someone he could hurt to make the whole family suffer. She returned home, fragile but determined, and as she looked around at the faces in her life, she saw them differently now. There was Scott, her charming but scorned ex. They had broken up not long before the attack, and it hadn't ended well. There was bitterness, confusion, unresolved feelings. There was something more than friendship growing there now, something that could last. Jet wouldn't put it past him to lash out. Then there was Sophia, once her best friend, now her... And what about her own family? Her brother Luke, quiet and intense, had started acting strange lately. She wasn't alone in the hunt. Billy, her childhood friend, stepped back into her life just when she needed him most. As the days ticked by, Jet and Billy uncovered one troubling clue after another. Security footage from the night of the attack showed a figure slipping into the backyard, wearing a dark jacket just like one her brother owned. She confronted Scott. He denied everything, of course, swore he still cared. She questioned Sophia, who broke down under pressure. Was she lying? Maybe. But Jet wasn't sure anymore who to believe. Her symptoms worsened. Then, on day 6, Jet found something that changed everything. A financial document, a hidden investment. Someone had forged her signature and used her identity to funnel money through a company tied to her father's business. Billy helped her piece it together. Harlan had lost everything when her father cut him out. Jet knew she was out of time, but she needed proof. So she set a trap. On the final day, Jet sent a message to everyone in her life. I know who did it. The door creaked open. It was Harlan. He didn't wear a mask this time. He didn't need to. Jet was too frail to fight as he moved toward her. Something changed in Jet. Billy burst in just in time. He tackled Harlan. The police came. Jet collapsed. She woke up days later. She was alive. Somehow, during the chaos, doctors had managed to operate. The man who tried to kill her was in jail. Jet had survived the week. But more than that, she had changed. The woman who once drifted through life without meaning had fought for her own. She apologized to Scott, reconnected with Sophia, rebuilt her bond with Luke and with Billy. Jet started living, truly living for the first time. Not later. Now.